very, very good kickboxer in Sadibou C, 8 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws in the welterweight division. And then we got an absolute beast right here, Nikolay Aleksakhin, 26 wins and 5 losses in the prime of his MMA career. Way smaller and a way less of a reach than Sadibou C. I mean, you see right here, I mean, come on, oh my god, 6'3" tall, 5 inches taller than Nikolay in the fight, and then, oh my god, you see that right there, 80-inch reach in the welterweight division. I mean, Israel Adesanya has an 80-inch reach in the middleweight division, and this man has an 80-inch reach in the welterweight division. Absolutely insane. But he's definitely a kickboxer. Really good body kicks and very good snapping head kicks. So really powerful kicks. You see right here, they knock it over David Machad. Literally in 17 seconds, one shot to the kidney of David Machad, put him out really fast. With Kylo Magalhaes, first round knockout win right there, and then earlier in his career, a first round head kick KO win in 41 seconds. A lot of power in his kicks and a lot of power in his hands. You look right here, 6 knockout wins and 2 decision wins. He's going out there, he's trying to knock you out, he's trying to keep the fight in the feet and win the fight by knockout, or dominate the fight in the striking game and win the fight by unanimous decision. He has a couple of fights inside of the PFL to Bruno Santos, an absolute beast, and Abu Sufyan Magomedov, and Glyco Francis. Even got a draw with Ray Cooper III, which is very impressive. But in that fight with Ray Cooper III, he got taken down quite a bit in the fight. I mean, we already know Nikolay Aleksakhin has some pretty good wrestling of his own. 26 wins and 5 losses. Is also mainly a striker, but has some pretty good wrestling and grappling to fall back on in the fight. You look right here. I mean, he's fought guys like Ben Askren, Bojan Velikovic, all of these are really good fights. He had a 1 championship and Serbia regional. He's an absolute beast. So many finishes, 10 knockout wins, 11 decision wins, and 4 submission wins. Mainly he goes out there when the other guy, when his opponent does not have that humongous reach and height advantage, he usually keeps the fight on the feet and makes it a striking fight. Tries to land a nice right hand, get a knockout in most of his fights. But considering the height and reach of Sadibou C, this is going to be really hard for Nikolay Aleksakhin to land these shots that he's usually trying to go out there and trying to land in most of his fights. But Sadibou C has some pretty okay takedown defense. Nikolay has pretty good takedowns of his own, so I think there is definitely a wrestling advantage for Nikolay Aleksakhin in the fight, and that could be definitely a good avenue for him to win the fight. Just to kind of clinch up and wrestle with a guy like Sadibou C, who we saw in his last fight with Ray Cooper III, did not really have the best takedown defense. Again, very good body kicks, and he uses his range so well, so tall, and so lengthy. And his right hand is very powerful. His kicks are very powerful. And he kind of sets up a little switch kick, goes to the body, you go like this, and you leave your head exposed, and he switches it up and gets you in the head. I mean, he's so good. He perfected that so well. I mean, he's very dangerous in the striking game right here, which is why I don't really think he's gonna want to hang with Sadibou C in the striking game for very long. He does have some pretty good striking, but again, no one wants to stay in the striking game with a guy that has an 80-inch reach and is 6'3" tall. Nikolay Aleksakhin is also a striker with good wrestling as well, good scrambling abilities after he's been taken down, but that's not going to really be a factor here, because the only guy that's been able to kind of control Nikolay Aleksakhin in any of his fights was Ben Askren, an All-American wrestler, one of the best wrestlers in the lightweight division. He's very good calf kicks, which is going to be a really good factor against a guy like Sadibou C, who really relies on that movement and his reach and height, everything like that. And if you eliminate that movement from a Sadibou C, it eliminates pretty much every one of his attacks. So he needs to chop those legs of Sadibou C in the fight. He has really good calf kicks as well. He is very strong. If he gets your opponent into the clinch, he can just keep him there and get his takedown very easily. Very good left hook to straight right. He goes like this, and then he goes like that. No, sorry, this is my left hand. He goes like this and then goes like that, and it kind of opens up a lot of good shots on normal opponents, but this is not a normal opponent in Sadibou C. The man is so tall, so lengthy. I mean, all these striking, all the things that he's really good at in his striking game, the only thing I really think is going to play a factor for Nikolay Aleksakhin in the striking game would be those calf kicks. Other than that, I honestly think he should just wrestle this entire fight. He has some pretty good front kicks as well, a very fast uppercut jab, but I think he should just wrestle and grapple Sadibou C in the fight, just not risk the striking and kickboxing of Sadibou C, because that is very dangerous. You're opening up all those opportunities for him to land body kicks, leg kicks, head kicks, big right hands, big left hands, whatever the case may be. You don't want to strike with Sadibou C. So, in my opinion, Nikolay Aleksakhin's best way to win the fight is to grapple and wrestle, and I think that would be a very good idea here. Now, both fighters do have very good power in their hands. Both have most of their wins coming by KO TKO. Sadibou will 100% want the fight stay on the feet. Nikolay most likely is going to win the fight to go to the ground. But we saw the last fight with Sadibou with Ray Cooper III. His takedown defense didn't really impress me. So I think Nikolay Aleksakhin will go out there, play more of a wrestling and grappling based game plan. Who knows? Maybe even in the striking game, he does very good. I just don't know how he's going to overcome that high end reach of Sadibou, but he always has the wrestling and grappling to fall back on. So I think this fight will go all the way, and he will use his grappling and wrestling advantages over Sadibou and keep the fight very even in the striking game. Get the fight in the clinch as soon as possible. Get takedown after takedown, and win this fight by 29-28, unanimous decision. Should be a really good welterweight fight right here. But I'm definitely going with Nikolay Aleksakhin to win the fight by unanimous decision.